Okay, so I wrote my paper on government conspiracies, and why it's understandable to believe them and to not trust the government. I wanted to go a bit lighter for the video portion, and have a little bit of fun with it. Conspiracy theory basics. Kind of. A lot of conspiracies stem from mistrust in the government because they've lied about things before. Like some of these. Anyway, I'm going to briefly cover conspiracy origins, and then talk about some conspiracies. I'm going to mostly be talking about the crazy conspiracies that don't really have to do with the government at all, because I think those are more interesting and fun. Conspiracy theories have been around for a while, but they really hit mainstream around the time of the assassination of JFK. When they hit pretty big, and people are still speculating about what really happened 55 years later. There was a lot of talk about umbrella guns, grassy knolls, magic bullets, and many other outlandish ideas. Now, to get into more examples of conspiracy theories, let's start with flat Earth. So, basically, the Earth is flat. But, the thing about it is the government knows that the Earth is flat, and is purposefully hiding the truth from us. Flat Earthers believe the government hides this fact, and many others, from us because they want to keep us ignorant, so they can control us better. They also think NASA is total bullshit. Moving on. The moon landing was a hoax. This one is pretty straightforward. NASA faked the moon landing. But why would NASA do this? To receive even more funding, because of pressure from the government during the space race, and just because they were pretty popular, being during the space age, and they needed to take it a step farther, but they just couldn't get there, so they faked it. Evidence includes the flag waving in the wind, even though there should be no wind on the moon. The shadows of the astronauts aren't going in the same direction as the shadows of the rocks. And because there is a crosshair that shows up in the background, that theorists believe is proof. Moving on. Chemtrails. Some people believe that there is more to the contrails that are produced by aircraft. Things like chemical or biological agents sprayed for nefarious purposes undisclosed to the general public. Basically, the government is spraying us with strange chemicals because they want to see what will happen, and they're poisoning us for mind control or something. Moving on. Targeted individuals. Theorists believe the government agents are utilizing directed energy weapons and electronic surveillance to harass members of the population. Some people claim that they've had microchips implanted in them by the government. Others say the gov is using direct energy weapons to target cities and towns. Direct energy weapons are something the government is really working on. But as for them targeting the general public, who knows? Moving on. Deepwater Horizon. In 2010 in the Gulf of Mexico, an oil rig suffered a catastrophic failure resulting in 11 deaths and the largest oil spill in the U.S. Some people think that it was sabotage by those seeking to promote environmentalism. Others think it could have been a strike by North Korean or Russian submarines. Moving on. Cryptids. Cryptids are something I love, but I can't really cover all of them thoroughly. Here are some of the more popular ones. Bigfoot. Large, muscular, bipedal ape-like creatures, roughly 6 to 9 feet tall, covered in hair that can be black, dark brown, or dark reddish. Sometimes gray. Other names. Sasquatch, Yeti, Gigantopithecus, skunk ape, etc. Also, pictures of me with Finding Bigfoot that no one wants to see. Mothman. Sighted in many places. Mostly in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Described as man-bird creature thing with red eyes and big wings. It attacked 2 young couples, and 5 men digging a grave in the 60s. Loch Ness Monster. Lake monster in the Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. Sometimes called Nessie. There are many sightings of similar animals in lakes and rivers all over the world, each with their own nickname. Skinwalkers. In Navajo culture, it is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. They are most frequently seen as coyotes, wolves, foxes, eagles, owls or crows.